Alexander County and Catawba Valley Community College are excited to announce the opening of the new CVCC Alexander Applied Technology Center, located on Industrial Boulevard, just across the street from the CVCC Alexander Center for Education. This state-of-the-art training center will provide a skilled workforce to continue our tradition of excellence in manufacturing right here in Alexander County.
Alexander County sees the Applied Technology Center as a critical factor for growth in Alexander County because one of the things that employers are having trouble with right now is finding qualified employees. So it's not like it was 30 years ago. Today manufacturing is computer driven, is high tech. Employees have to have many different skills to bring to the table in today's manufacturing. So in order for our manufacturers to be able to grow here, to grow in Alexander County, they have to be able to find the employees that they need. If they can't find the employees that they need in a certain area, they will go to an area where they can find those employees. And you see that happening all the time, all over North Carolina, all over the United States. Companies will move to another location because for whatever reason, that location that they were at did not suit their needs. And we have to, the first rule of economic development is to take care of the companies that are located in your county. And that's what we have tried to do here. This Applied Technology Center will allow our companies that are here to find the trained, qualified employees that they need so that they can grow here, expand here, and most importantly, stay here.
The skilled worker training focus is really what is driving Catawba Valley Community College right now in terms of the decisions that we're making. We're increasingly expected by our external stakeholders to produce a quantity-based future workforce that thinks critically, understands the dynamics of employment, and has the credentialing necessary to instill confidence in existing employers and new businesses to the region that the state of this area's workforce is robust. This pressure that we face means that we have to be innovative in building programs. We have to be creative in terms of figuring out how we deploy resources into this region. Because it's of utmost importance for all of us that we assure that any new businesses or existing businesses have access to a group of employees that brings a differentiated set of skills with them. I think it's mostly important that we talk to our business and industry partners, that we are working with all of the individuals within this area to assure that the product that we're creating at Catawba Valley Community College is one that's going to make a difference here for the future.
The programs that we'll offer initially at the CVCC Alexander Applied Technology Center are welding, metallurgy, and furniture. Our furniture training program will be offered through our Continuing Education Workforce Development Division and will begin in mid-July. We will also offer welding and metallurgy as curriculum courses beginning in late August. We'll offer welding and metallurgy college degree programs. The newly renovated facility will also contain computer labs and classroom space. College classes will be available for high school through our Career and College Promise program. The program makes it possible for high school students to take college courses tuition-free. In addition to our new furniture and welding programs, we're excited about offering turfgrass Career and College Promise programs for our high school students. We'll also be offering accounting and business administration CCP programs on an online format.
I can honestly say that this community is very enthused about the expansion of programming at CVCC in Alexander County, and which reminds me that living in a small town has certain advantages, and one of those is that word travels very fast. And the word on the street is nothing but excitement about the new opportunities coming to CVCC. Since the commissioners purchased the land across the street from our existing facility a few years ago, for the purpose of additional training programs in Alexander County, the response has only been enthusiasm and excitement. We have folks walking into our facility and calling us all the time, wanting to know when will they start, when will they start. So as a matter of fact, as soon as we announced the programming, folks have been placed on a waiting list so that we can notify them as soon as registration occurs, so that they'll have a chance to get in here and register in a timely manner and take care of any prerequisites they need. So we can hardly contain our enthusiasm in this community, and the staff, faculty here. We're just so excited about what new opportunities and training programs this is going to lead for our citizens.
The industry's partnered with CVCC in Alexander County in a great way. It's a great example of teamwork. Folks at CVCC, Lori Price, Linda Graham, have been instrumental in setting up this program along with the furniture partners. We've put together a group of 7 manufacturers in Alexander County to work together on this program. And we really work wonderfully as a team together, coming up with the ideas and strategies for the program. Alexander County, Dyer Robertson's done a great job as a county engineer getting the building set up and moving along. This process has taken us a couple of years, but without really great teamwork from all parties, it would not have been possible.
From a number standpoint, the latest numbers from December 2015 indicate that in terms of the number of people, Alexander County labor force consists of about 17,000 people. That gives us an unemployment rate of about 4.7%. From a skill standpoint, the labor force is primarily manufacturing based, so we have about 40% of the workforce involved in some type of manufacturing activities. I think the outlook for manufacturing in Alexander County is actually very good. As noted earlier, we have a high percentage of people with the skills to create products. We're known traditionally for our furniture manufacturing skills, but that craftsmanship also lends itself to other forms of manufacturing. So in essence, if a company wants to build something in Alexander County, I'm confident that the citizens here will be able to use their traditional hands-on skills and make that product here.
Mitchell Gold and Bob Williams' challenge has been finding a skilled labor force and also finding folks who are committed to learning the new craft. Our business continues to grow and we need people to grow with us. Local furniture industries, including Mitchell Gold and Bob Williams, have partnered with CVCC in Alexander County in the design of the program, including what classes will be offered, the method of delivery, and length, which is approximately 25 weeks. Classes will be offered in the evening to accommodate those who have daytime commitments.
The CVCC Applied Technology Center enhances and expands course offerings at Alexander Central High School. The school system will now be able to offer courses that we do not have the space or equipment to offer, such as welding, turf grass management, and furniture construction. Currently, students can enroll in our Ag Mechanics program to learn how to weld, but that program includes more than just welding. The welding program through CVCC will allow students to earn a welding credential that will give them an advantage in employment once they graduate. The turf grass management program is similar to this one. Our students can take horticulture courses, but through this program they can earn an industry credential that will allow them to be work ready upon graduation. Students will be required to complete the Ag Mechanics or horticulture programs at ACHS to learn the basics before enrolling in those programs at CVCC. The Furniture Academy will operate a little differently because the students will need to be 18 years of age to enroll in this program. The school system offers carpentry and apparel and textile production courses where students can learn the basic skills needed and then enroll in the Furniture Academy to learn the specific skills required to be a sewer or upholsterer in one of our local furniture industries.
CVCC has been discussing the need to expand our current offerings at the Alexander Center for Education for several years into a more comprehensive platform. We've conducted needs assessments and consistently worked with the Alexander County Board of Commissioners, Alexander County Economic Development Corporation, our public school officials, and our private business partners to determine a strategy for moving the needle in workforce training for Alexander County. All of these groups have validated the value of this expansion by making direct commitments to bringing a vision to reality. We believe that CVCC Alexander Applied Technology Center has enhanced relationships across sectors and positioned this community to respond to our changing ecosystem, and also provided the framework for assuring the potential of this county's future.
It takes visionary leadership to retain and recruit businesses through a training center such as CVCC Alexander Applied Technology Center. One of the things you have to think about is you need to aim high. If you always think of, that we can't do it, or we're just a small little rural county, then you're never going to be able to make things happen. So you've got to think bigger than you are. You've got to be bigger than you are, and you got to do things. You can't wait around and wait for things to happen. You actually have to make them happen. And we don't create jobs here, but what we do and what our EDC does is we work with our local manufacturers to help them to get in the infrastructure they need, to have a training center such as this, to do the things that they can't do, to make sure that they're able to stay here, stay in Alexander County, and grow in Alexander County. And every time I drive by the old Broyhill plant, I grew up right there, and it had become dilapidated, sit there empty for a long time. And you drive by there now, and it looks like a brand new building. And every time I see the water tank where it says Alexander County Strong, that just puts a warm feeling in my heart, because I know that is true. And that, we are Alexander County Strong, but we have to keep pushing forward, keep working hard, making the right decisions, and Alexander County is on the right path, and we're going to have job growth. We have economic development. We've went from one of the worst unemployment rates in the state of North Carolina to right now we are 12th best in the state.
Our Furniture Academy will be one of only the few training centers in our state, and will focus on the sewing and upholstery segments of the business. Students graduating from the academy will have a great opportunity to be employed in this rapidly growing industry. Our welding program is growing very fast also, and we look forward to producing well-trained welders for this very strong industry. Our turf grass program is one of only a few in North Carolina and is very highly regarded. The students coming through these programs will be highly sought after in the marketplace.
One of the things that we find in our industry is that the upholstery base is really insulated from offshore competition. And that's unique to upholstery, and part of that's because of customization and consumers wanting special order and make things their own. The nice thing about that for our local economy is that Alexander County has really built its furniture business on upholstery. But there is this great need. There's a great need in sewing, in upholsterers, in a number of different jobs in the thing, but they're all very skilled jobs. So what we would look for is somebody who is well trained and those skills are well developed in order to join our team. And this is going to give us an opportunity to develop those skills and develop that next generation of upholstery experts and so forth.
The Applied Technology Center will be a great benefit for this county, first of all, in supplying more qualified applicants to support the furniture industry. And the way I see this is the student coming out, once they've gone through the coursework, they are going to be at about a 50% proficiency level. What that will do for us in our industry is that it will substantially reduce the amount of time it takes to take that individual on the training curve and to get them up to a proficient level through our training programs, because we have training, all of us have training programs, and we'll take an individual coming out of the academy at a 50% level, and it'll shorten that training cycle time in half. One, you'll start at a higher level of pay, and then second, it'll speed the time up, which for us in the industry, it'll save us on training costs. When you can imagine we're hiring individuals that have no training, we're talking 6 months. So if you've got 6 months of training, you're 6 months ahead of everybody else. So that's how it will help our industry going forward. And in the long run, we see this as a great program for the county and for our industries to be supported with qualified candidates.
The CVCC Alexander Applied Technology Center will play a tremendous role in retaining and recruiting industry. The initial focus is on training upholsterers and sewers for the furniture industry, but with the majority of our top 10 employers being in the furniture industry, it's critical that this community provide an ongoing supply of trained workers. Now, in addition to the actual training itself, I think this facility will be a conduit for re-educating people that the furniture industry is alive and well. We have great companies in Alexander County that can provide not just a job, but also a career in the furniture industry. In terms of recruiting new employers to the county, this facility sends a signal that we have the capability to adapt to training needs. Although furniture training is a very large part of this facility, other training is also available in welding and metallurgy, and I envision this facility to be adaptable to whatever training an industry may need. So I think overall this facility sends a clear statement that Alexander County is ready to work with new employers to provide them the trained workforce that they need in order to be successful and profitable in this community.
And at this time, I'd like to invite everybody who's interested in the Alexander Furniture Academy to come to our information session held at the CVCC Alexander Center for Education. It'll be held in room 103 at 6 o'clock p.m. Business leaders, CVCC representatives, county leaders will all be present to guide us through the nuts and bolts of how to get involved with the Furniture Academy. That will start July the 11th. So that's the information session for folks interested in the Alexander Furniture Academy on Thursday, April the 28th at 6 o'clock p.m. We hope to see you there.
Alexander County and CVCC would like to express sincere appreciation to the agencies which provided grant funding to make the CVCC Alexander Applied Technology Center a reality: the United States Economic Development Administration, Appalachian Regional Commission, Golden Leaf Foundation, and the Duke Energy Foundation. Special thanks to the Western Piedmont Council of Governments for their assistance with grant administration.